Hello and welcome to another video in 1.12 Understand Chance and Data. Today we're going to talk about conditional probability and expected value. We're also going to talk about packs of cards. It's worth mentioning at this point that we're not dealing with packs of cards with jokers. We're dealing with packs of cards that are just the normal cards. No jokers involved. Let's move on to lesson 2, conditional probability and expected value. Conditional probability involves calculating probabilities given a condition. And what does that mean? What's a condition? For example, imagine drawing 2 cards from a deck. The first card was the 7 of spades. That one right there. Ta-da! So we've drawn that out of the deck and we're going to put it off to the side. What's the probability that the second card is red? There are only 51 cards left. We started with 52, draw 1 out, there's only 51 left. And there are 26 red cards because the card we took out was black. We started off with 26 red and 26 black. So the probability of getting a red card is 26 51ths, or 26 divided by 51, which is slightly more than a half. If I wanted to get a better understanding of like how big this number is, like how much bigger than a half is it, then I would either turn it into a fraction, not to a fraction, a decimal, or a percentage. Decimals and percentages are much better for getting a sense of the size of the probability. Fractions are much better at calculating with them. So we write this probability as P, open bracket. The second card is red, given that the first card is black, close bracket, is 26 over 51. Unsurprisingly, mathematicians have decided to shorten the given that by using a symbol. And that symbol is that vertical line there. So we can say probability of the second card being red, given that the first card was black, is 26 over 51. We can even go a step further and say the probability of getting a red card, given that we just took a black card out, is 26 over 51. You can shorten it as much as you like, as long as it's still clear, as long as it still makes sense. Sometimes you'll go too far and it won't be clear or specific what you mean, but in this case I think it's reasonably clear that we're talking about a red card given that a black card. It would, if this was just the first line on the page, I would probably put a sentence above saying we are drawing cards from a deck, just to give a bit of context, because otherwise that wouldn't make much sense. Another example of a condition is rolling 2 dice, with the condition that the total is 8 or less. So this, the new sample space is similar to what we had before a few pages ago, but it's got these bits here taken out to reflect that, say if we roll a 3 on the red die and a 6 on the white die, that totals 9, which is not allowed given our condition. So our new sample space is only, I think I counted it right before, is only 26 big. So the chance of getting snake eyes, 1-1, is now 1 over 26, rather than 1 over 36 if we had all of the sample space. And I'm going to give a little bit of a mention to expected value. Expected value is if you do something lots and lots of times, how many times do you expect to get it right, or how many times do you expect an event to happen? So for example, shooting a hoop. If you shoot 50 hoops, how many can you expect to get in? Maybe 50, maybe 0, but chances are it's going to be something in between those two values. The expected value is the number of times you expect something to occur. For example, if you have a 3/5 or a 60% chance of scoring in basketball and you have 10 shots, you would expect to get 6 of them in. And that comes from the expected value is the probability of it happening, 3/5, multiplied by the number of attempts, which is 10, which gives you 30 over 5, which is the same as 6. So expect to get 6 of them in. On the next page is some questions on conditional probability, and an extension question there, and expected value questions. And that's it for this video. Enjoy.